My name is Deb Calph. I've lived in Longfellow, South Minneapolis neighborhood for 40 years. Woo. And I've seen a lot of changes and not a lot of changes. But there's one special place that is legally a national park zone that's called Coldwater Spring. And it's the last, I believe, natural flowing spring in Hennepin County. And it was the reason why Fort Snelling could be built where it was, to protect us, from the native people. I don't want to go into all that true history because we know it's there. But anyways, the water was used by native people, by the white settlers, and certainly by all the animals that came long before natives were here, is my guess. And wonderful, water is so important to us. And it's a wonderful place to go and just sit right by the pipe that funnels it out of the earth. And so I went there the day after the Hortmans and their dog were shot to death in their house. And when I heard that, and I hadn't really followed the government stuff that much or anything, but it's just not okay for violence inside your house when it's coming from the outside. It's not a good thing. And I felt really terrible. And so I went over to Coldwater and I sat there, and my dogs left me alone that day. And the first two verses came to me. There were red prayer ties draped over some of the young willows. And the point is, you do know a human left those. I don't think the animals are making them yet. And that song came, and when it came to me, it really made me feel a lot better. And it's ultimately about peace, of course, being safe and peace. See others glow, the whole idea of not only being able to write a song and corroborate maybe with somebody else too, is something I would never have considered. I'm 74 years old now. I've written 2 songs, really, that I've stuck to and developed. This last one I really like a lot, and it was so much fun to listen to the community sing it with me. It's kind of like birthing it to a whole nother level. My musical journey, I think I said before, it goes way back to Rodgers and Hammerstein and Gershwin, and that's what my folks were into, and the Left Bank Bearcats and John Philip Sousa marches. And that energy of that music carried me along to get into my own development of exposure to what I like to hear. Community singing is such a surprise every time I do it with people. There's always one point that was probably the sweetest, when the folks singing are actually listening to one another, and that song will be the most beautiful thing you can hear that day. And you take that out, I think it does things for your heart personally, probably for your brain. And it's a way to build community, and I feel very lucky to have found it. And I'll just mention that I have 2 dogs again, which I thought would be crazy. And one of them is getting really big. He's going to be one of those big white dogs you see on the street, and you go, look at that. Is that a dog or a pony? So actually, they howl with me sometimes when I sing. So I'll just share that. It's supportive, I think.